Mr. Speaker, I want to compliment the Senator of Nairobi for the way you have demonstrated a serious understanding of a serious medical problem like the one we have in Nairobi and by extension in all the 47 counties of Kenya. My contribution is that the country is starting to wake up to basic needs of Kenyans. Health is a basic need, and it's just not enough when we address the issue of health, Mr. Speaker, to be viewing it through the spectacles of the doctors, the nurses, the professors, and the infrastructure. It is the primary health care that is the game changer in good health. Mr. Speaker, I therefore suggest that we develop a formal national program for community health promoters that will include, amongst other things, some form of training. Health promoters must be given basic training in areas like, Mr. Speaker, first aid, because more often than not, these people are the first line of defense as far as taking care of our patients is concerned. They should be trained, Mr. Speaker, on interpretation of the various results that they get. For example, when they do a blood pressure test, they do a blood sugar test, they should know so as to know how to respond appropriately. Mr. Speaker, it must also be understood, and the leader of minority tried to scratch on it, but let me just emphasize how important it is. It must be understood that majority of the women in Kenya, pregnant, are midwifed not by nurses, not by doctors, but by traditional birth attendants. And therefore, if a stipend is being given to community health promoters, all traditional birth attendants in all Kenyan communities must also be given that stipend. Finally, on that point, Mr. Speaker, it's a shame that we are talking about a stipend of 2,500 from the national government and 2,500 from the county government. What can you buy with 5,000 shillings? I mean, we are laughing at these professionals who are doing a very good job. This is money which sometimes when I pass through supermarkets, I see some people in Nairobi shopping for their dogs. The food they buy is more than what we pay our community health promoters. If we are doing it, we must be serious and do it well. And the money is there. The money you see people flashing around in church harambes. The money you see people hiring choppers to some funny functions in this country is the money that is supposed to give this kind of service, Mr. Speaker. And we shall not stop in calling out these corrupt characters who, after feeding on the proceeds of corruption, they show off and vomit on our shoes and vomit on the feet of our children who have no shoes when they are going to school. Mr. Speaker, I would like to end by commending the Senator Onyonga for the issue you have raised in Marani sub-county about licensing in mining. This problem is serious. It is in Nyatige, Makarda. It is in Ikolomani, Isolo, Lirembe, Malinya, Shikoye, Masienze. Mr. Speaker, it is in Shinyalu, Imwiriza, Liranda. It is in Lurambi, Mr. Speaker, in Rosterman. It is across, yes. Yes, you are right, Senator Faki. This is a cross-cutting issue which we must address. And gold mining and mining in general, it is so profitable that even when they do it at great risk, our children still go down there. We have to pay proper attention and support the mining industry. Today, as I speak, we are burying Chui in Shtori village, who perished last week in a gold mining danger after the walls caved in. Mr. Speaker, day after tomorrow, I'll be running to Kakamega to go and bury yet another youth. Not that we love funerals, but because if we don't stand with them, then what kind of people are we that people voted for when we don't stand with them during a time of need? And Mr. Speaker, talking about support to gold mining, I want to remind government over and over again that if you want to talk business with Kakamega County, come and talk about gold mining. Come and talk about sugarcane farming. If you are unable to talk about those two in Kakamega, we are sorry, we don't want to do any business with you. And this is why the people of Kakamega and the sober leaders, and for the first time I want to congratulate the governor of Kakamega. He has gotten it right on the issue of sugarcane farming. Mr. Speaker, we worked so hard to get it right until His Excellency the President 2 weeks ago came and paid our farmers bonus. And now, when things were just upright, another character called a receiver manager, in collaboration with corrupt fellows in Kenya Commercial Bank, they then tell Mr. Rai of West Kenya to come and interfere with the smooth running of Mumias Sugar Company by Sarbi. Mr. Speaker, this cannot be allowed. Sarbi has a valid lease agreement with Mumias Sugar Company, and there is only one Mumias Sugar Company in the world. There is no Mumias Sugar Company A or Mumias Sugar Company B. So if Sarbi has Mumias Sugar Company, he should be the only one milling, he should be the only one, Mr. Speaker, managing the ethanol plant. He should be the only one, Mr. Speaker, managing the Ecogen plant. An attempt to bring in the Cogen brand. Mr. Speaker, an attempt to bring in Mr. Rai of West Kenya is going to bring to a standstill the operations in Mumias. We will not allow. It will not be the first time that our leader will be having his limb broken in Mumias. We will do it another time. Honorable Benjamin Washiali, his hand was fractured because of Mumias Sugar Company. And on the same day, Mr. Speaker, my head was cut on the left side, if you look now, in Mumias Sugar Company, and I bled because we believe sugarcane farming is the lifeline of our people. I am warning the young politicians who are given, Selassie is doing a fantastic job about this job. He's on the same stand like me and the governor. I want to warn the young politicians from Kakamega who are being influenced to go and support the conmanship from West Kenya. Mumias Sugar Company will be run by Sarbi and not anybody else until you cancel the agreement.
Majority Whip, would you like to be informed by Senator Mtata?
Yes, I would like him to inform me. In fact, he's a presidential candidate. He's the right person.
Senator
the first
Mtata.
presidential candidate to inform me in my life.
Where is this parliament located? What kind of question is that? You don't mention the obvious. I would like to inform the Honorable Khalwale, who may have forgotten, after the Kakamega incident, when the thugs were after you, yes, I gave you refuge. I gave you the documentation with which you silenced them.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, indeed, this is a great man. I had been cornered. I had been cornered with one of the people who are responsible for the collapse of Mumias. And if it had not been for the industry of the Senator of Busia, I would have been found liable for slander. So he gave me facts with which I faced the courts, and I want to thank the Senator of Kisumu. Oh, he's not in today. There's Professor Tom Ogienda. After he looked at my case, he was representing the guy who had sued me. Professor Ogienda then told the guy who was pursuing me that you have no chance with this kind of facts. Professor, you are a very good lawyer. Very few lawyers can tell their clients the truth.
Majority
Mr.
Whip,
Speaker, I conclude.
Would you like to be informed by Senator Cherargei?
Yes.
Senator Cherargei?
Mr. Speaker, I would like to inform Senator Khalwale, my neighbor, that also when you go to Kibos Sugar Factory, there is a plan for methanol and ethanol generation, but it has not been operational because of challenges and political interference. Would it be in order to request him to bring an inquiry with a possible chairman of Agriculture, Senator Wakoli, so that because me, Senator Khalwale, Senator Aaron, and Senator Wakoli, and Senator Sifuna, we come from sugar cane growing areas, so that we resolve. But he's the biggest consumer, and Senator Okia or Mutata. But Mr. Speaker, but they are the biggest consumers of sugar. So he has a direct, and he has a farm in Boma that is a sugarcane farmer, a small-time sugarcane farmer. And Senator Okia, so that we form an inquiry, so that we can assist you, a very good friend called Sarbi. Yes. And I'm happy Sarbi is doing a good job in Kakamega and also to you. Yes. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I really appreciate the information. And because of the information, I want to send you the greetings of the people of Kakamega to the people of Nandi, especially Mosop. After we encourage them to grow sugarcane, every Thursday when they come to collect money at Butali Sugar Company, all our alcohol is sorted out, is finished, it is sold out, and the economy, Mr. Speaker.
Chair Arge, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker.
Can you give Chair Arge the mic? What's your point of order, Chair Arge?
I'm out of order. Chair Arge is also my good neighbor.
Give him the mic.
Mr. Speaker, on the standing order on accuracy of facts, is it in order for the Senator Khalwale to impute improper motive against the great people of Nandi by saying we are consumers of alcohol, that whenever we go and collect money in Nigerian Putali Sugar Company, that my farmers end up taking alcohol? Is it in order? Mr. Speaker, can he apologize and withdraw? Mr. Speaker, most of us are Christians, Mr. Speaker, and Muslims, Mr. Speaker. And Mr. Speaker, what in fact he should thank us. Mr. Speaker, Senator Khalwale should thank us, because apart from getting money, we also assist them with matrimonial duties, Mr. Speaker, and we have been able to leave seeds that when you go to Kakamega, they are now participating in athletics, courtesy of the fruits of our loins, Mr. Speaker. Is it in order?
Mr. Speaker, I don't know why the Senator of Nandi was running ahead of me. I just said, because of the way they promote our economy, you go and greet them. And I'd only singled out one. Allow me to also say that it has also resulted in an increased number of our women getting married in Mosop, which is a good thing because you pay dowry. As to whether you are good at the nuptial responsibilities, that is an agreement between a man and wife, I have no idea. I therefore, Mr. Speaker, want to thank the House for allowing me this afternoon to make this point very clear. It is not a joke. Butali Sugar Company is an economy of 10 billion shillings a year in Kakamega. West Kenya is an economy of 24 billion shillings in Kakamega. And Mumias Sugar Company is an economy of 40 billion shillings in Kakamega. Anybody coming to play around with it, using the money of farmers to buy a few MCAs to start supporting Mr. Rai, is missing the point. Mr. Rai, I assure you from this floor that I'm going to protect you. Government will protect you to do your business in West Kenya. Please allow Sarbi to do his business in Mumias. There is no contradiction. I know you are unhappy because through the new law,
Senator Cheriot, what is your point of order?
Neighbors.
Mr. Speaker,
Neighbors.
I use this one. Mr. Speaker, because my good friend Senator Khalwale appears to be fairly knowledgeable in this matter that he is raising, would he perhaps, for the understanding of the rest of us, help explain the intricacies that you are reading about this complex relationship that he's trying to describe? You can see actually